Hello everyone, Waves here, and this is the top 4 of the Adventuring Party Showdown. We have the Bard, piloted by ImpossibleGerman, versus the Scout, piloted by Killer Cactus. And we jump in right at the end of round 1 here. I missed the first round of the recording, but caught the rest of the game, so yeah, this will be interesting to see. We have all 4 books out from the Scout and 3 books out from all 3 books out, plus of course the Finch from the Bard here. It looks like, okay, so here we go, getting right into the action. We have an Emberroot Lizard under attack. And uses the Gilder to guard there. And the Bard will summon a Glowfinch. It does look like the Bard got a little bit better, had a little bit of a stronger first round than the Scout, although the Scout does have 2 book taxes in the form of the Gilder and the Frostback Bear. Gilder comes out and pops that Glowfinch immediately. Milling 2 cards. You can see there's 2 redirects gone already. This will be an interesting matchup. We do have this Essence Druid who could buy the Bard a lot of time here. However, with the Mind Fog Owl, I'm not sure if there's a Focus Mind Fog Owl in this Adventuring Party deck. But if there is, then that could be a huge issue. Just Charm Power on the Druid and swing through with Mind Fog Owl and Frostback Bear combo. Most of the other units in this deck, I believe, are less than 1 strength. Ruby Cobras, Glowfinches, Salamander Monks. Okay, and we have the 3rd and final Phoenix Barrage used to take out that Essence Druid. The Phoenix Barrage here being a very powerful card, but with all 3 in the bin, it could be a bit more challenging for the Scout to push through the damage that he needs to end the game. Looks like we do have the 3-Eyed Owl book out as well from the Bard. I believe the ruling on that is that you can have the book in your first 5, but you just can't play an owl first 5. I'll have to check in on that myself. I'm not really sure. Alright, the Frostback Bear is able to swing through for another 2 damage here. And Ruby Cobras swing back in return, milling 2 cards. Looks like Mist Typhoon goes in the bin. Mist Typhoon, of course, could be nice to clear all of these blockers of ImpossibleGerman all at once. In response, Killer Cactus uses Sympathy Pain. That went straight to face, I believe. And the Emberroot getting sparked and going after that 3-Eyed Owl. Of course, that 3-Eyed Owl could be a huge threat to push that mill damage. Salamander Monk Spirit. Swinging for face. So is he going to block it with the Gilder or just let it go through? He lets it go through. That makes sense. He needs to push, the Scout needs to push through as much damage as he can. So having a unit on the Bard side that can't block is nice, especially since he's not in imminent danger. Another Frostback comes down. Now the Scout is down to 2 dice, while the Bard still has 6 up. Meds the Owl Book away, and I feel an Essence Druid is coming down, which could help block the Frostback. Now, of course, there is the Charm power here that could be used to swing through with the Bear. But we'll have to see. It might be more advantageous to get Mindfog Owl down with those dice. All 3 Ruby Cobras out on the field, though. That's going to start milling quite quickly. But at the same time, potentially the Bard will need those blockers up. Maybe just to take Ember Root attacks and such. We'll have to see. And Ember Root gets summoned, okay. He can't put a token on it this round. And in response, a River Scald comes down for the Bard. Anguish being discarded to kill the Ember Root outright. And now the Bard's safe from the Charm Power idea, now that he has 2 units that have 2 attack. So looks like the Frostback Bear gonna go and try to maul that that River Scald. And the Bard, oh, that's a nice Enchanted Violinist to take out the Bear and mill an extra card. Very nice, very nice. From the Bard. Is there anything that can be done with this final Charm Power for the Scout? No, he decides to pass and hold the Charm Power for next round. So the Scout is well ahead on life, but the battlefield presence of the Bard is quite troubling. So a big Blood Chains just went down, exhausting out the Frostback Bear of the Scout. And Glowfinch comes out again. Let's see, looks like the Scout is in the tank a bit, up against a huge wall of units from the Bard. just thinking how exactly to push through the damage. Looks like in terms of burn threats, there might still be some sympathy pains left. There may be 1 or 2 more mist typhoons to try to clear through all of these cobras as well. An Ember Root is being sparked here. Okay, hitting an Essence Druid and aiming for a Cobra. Now there is the Glowfinch that could block here. Seems like the scout is thinking that that Essence Druid, taking down that big Essence Druid, is the key to pushing through damage here with the Frostback Bears. Okay, and the Cobra just goes down. So saving the Glowfinch for later. Maybe anticipating a bigger attack onto the Essence Druid later. Alright, the Bard going for a meditation here. What could it be? What could it be? I believe there are Master Vampires, yes, in this deck. I don't know how many. It could be a Master Vampire coming down. Nope, just meds and goes for the attack. Gilder blocks. And another card is milled. Looks like it was a Raptor Herder. I think I already saw one Raptor Herder in the discard, so there might be maybe one left. So another Gilder coming down and hitting the Essence Druid again. 2 wounds on the Essence Druid. And back to the Bard. These Gilders, of course. Oh. So Ice Trap coming down to prevent another Ruby Cobra. And another Gilder coming down. How did that happen? I kind of missed that. Oh, it wasn't the Gilder last time, it was the Spark. I made a mistake. So he discarded the Spark off of the Ember Root, and now a Gilder, so the Essence Druid is down to 1 health. The Bard's other Cobra swinging through, dealing a damage, milling a card. This time getting Sympathy Pain. That's quite a nice card to get off the top. Looks like we have ImpossibleGerman as the Bard at 6 health remaining, so every bit of health is going to count from this point forward, that's for sure. And the Scout is sitting at 10 health remaining. But only 4 cards left in deck, and 3 in hand. Does have the saving grace of the big 4 spellboard cards to use up the dice and try to save his cards from hand. So Frostback Bear coming down. And there is the immediately charmed. And Three-Eyed Owl Book coming back out. This is quite a tight game so far, I must say. We have the Mind Fog Owl out to swing through with the Frostback Bear. And he does have 2 nature powers. One of them to probably hit the Essence Druid and then swing through with the Frostback and the Mind Fog Owl. But a second Essence Druid coming through to foil the Scout's plans for now. Alright, Nature Power comes down to take out one of the Essence Druids. I'm just looking here to see if there's another Molten Gold. There might only be 2 in this deck, I'm not entirely sure. Okay, and the Scout goes for the swing. Okay, the Druid is blocking the Bear and the Finch is blocking the Owl. The Bear, however, is still alive with 1 health left. 2 more cards are milled off of the top. I believe that's 2 left in the draw, but I could be wrong. It's kind of hard to see. I'm just watching off of video here. So this is the 3rd round here. Another Salamander comes in. It'll be a nice blocker. ImpossibleGerman now down to 5 health. Killer Cactus still sitting at 10 health. Now his board is full, all 6 units out and exhausted, so he's gonna kill that Salamander Monk, turn it into a Spirit, and the Bard retorts with a Three-Eyed Owl, who will not be able to be dealt with, so that's 1 card from hand that will be discarded as well. Which will be gates thrown open. And okay, ImpossibleGerman deciding not to attack with that Salamander Monk. Spirit. And yep, out of deck, and the Scout is starting to take fatigue. The Bard doing a good job at keeping him at a distance, and the Scout can't quite close the gap, at least not yet. So takes his first fatigue damage, going down to 9 health. And we have a Flock Shepherd coming out. This could pose a big threat to these Frostback Bears. Of course, now they won't be able to get through. The snakes and the owls, as the snakes and the owls will not cower in fear now that their shepherd is here. So we have an Emberoot Lizard going to try to burn that shepherd down, dealing 1 damage and threatening to kill him outright. There is still the guard from the bard, but with only 5 health left, that's quite a dangerous guard, so the shepherd does go down, and the threat of the frostback bear mine fog owl is right back on the table. I don't think the bard has another essence druid left, although he could recur one with ceremonial power. He could also have a master vampire that could help block. Oh, and that's what it is. A master vampire comes down. Very good unit to have against frostback bears. Can just stalk them, kill them, and heal up a life. How's the scout gonna respond to this? Just looking at the bard's discard pile there. There could potentially be another generosity in there to buy another couple health. Have a little banquet and tea party mid-battle. Just to make sure that the end is as fantastical as it could be. So it looks like there's 2 sympathy pains used up. We're not sure if there's a third one in the deck or not. The scout only 4 cards left to work with. Perhaps catching her breath. Ready for a final push. Alright, a spark is discarded off of the Emberroot Lizard to deal 1 to the Master Vampire. And then the Emberroot Spellbook is discarded. The Emberroots have served their purpose here. And more powerful mana is needed, so the Spellbook has to hit the dust. Three-Eyed Owl being used by the bard to bring it down to 3 options in hand, or 2 rather. And Mist Typhoon, 3 cards, and then Mist Typhoon being used in retort to deal a big AoE. I do wonder if the 3rd Mist Typhoon might be one of the cards remaining in hand. Master Vampire right now sitting on 2 health left. The bard composing himself, thinking of the next play to make, seeing that his opponent is very close to tiring. Uses ceremonial power and brings back another Essence Druid, coming down to 4 life, but having that extra Essence Druid. Defensively, shoring up the defense. Let's see what the scout's next play will be. Another Mist Typhoon would be great right now. And then a Nature Power to take out the Master Vampire. Both players' spell boards completely maxed out at 6 each. The Bard with a great defensive setup, though, with only 1 dice remaining. The Charm could be used as a power to bring one of the Scout's units down a little bit, or it could be used to summon another blocker. And there it is, the second Mist Typhoon. Pouring down rain on the House of the Bard. And then the Nature Power to finish off the Master Vampire. We just have 2 Essence Druids sitting between the Bard and the Scout. The Scout staring down the Bard with a host of bears and owls and mice. Okay, the owl is the last remaining blocker. I wonder, is that enough, though? Certainly the Mind Fog Owl could get through right now with a double Gilder Bear Swing. But that's only 2 damage left. Which then presumably the other bear could finish off. So it looks like the Scout may have actually done it. Oh, an Exhortation, the last card in the Scout's hand, coming down. Oh, but he does it on the bear instead. I think if he did it on the Mind Fog Owl here, he could have had victory. Or does he? It's the Mind Fog Owl as well, but oh, he needed to swing with the Gilder. The Essence Druids go into block. 1 Frostback Bear will fall. The other will be bloodied. And the Bard will be unscathed from this exchange. However, it might be too little too late as another Frostback Bear comes down. This might have actually been enough to get through the Bard's defenses. The Scout will be taking 5 damage from fatigue, bringing her down to 4 at the start of the next round. So it'll be 2 health to 4 going into, what is it, round 5 maybe? Or it might be round 4, we'll have to see. Very close game. Very great battle here for the top 4. Round 5, wow. So a great long game. And Killer Cactus goes first, so he's got it. And says the good game. Good game, very close one. As the Bears and the Owls go to just narrowly finish off the Bard. That was an exciting game. I felt like things looked a bit impossible even for the Scout going into that late game, but he found a way through. Of course, at the beginning of the game, I thought that the Scout might have a big advantage with the Mind Fog Owls and the Frostback Bears going over 0-2s, but ImpossibleGerman managed to make it quite close with the Essence Druid use and the Flock Shepherd at the end there, buying a lot of time, taking a lot of aggro. So, a very good game from both players. Congrats to both. for making it this far into the top 4, and congrats to Killer Cactus for bringing the Scout into the finals. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you later.